It's 19 hours GMT. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Joy News Prime. We are coming to you from our studios here at Kokom, namely here in Accra. We are also live on DSTV, Channel 421, Go TV 125, and around the world, we are on myjoyonline.com. I am Carlos Calori.
And I'm Faustina Safa. Tonight, suspected Nigerian pirates are on the run after attacking Ghanaian fishing vessels in international waters, firing warning shots and making off with valuable equipment. We have details as the Fisheries Commission formally notifies neighboring countries to boost surveillance after rescue of attacked fisher folks.
Also tonight, pressure is mounting on the ECG as PURC issues a 48-hour ultimatum directing the company to produce a communique to explain the fast depletion of consumers' prepaid meter credit.
And also tonight, with less than 24 hours to President Mahama's second State of the Nation address since his return to office, we'll hear from the minority.
It's Joy News, your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism.
It's a good time to take a seat and please be our guest.
Tonight, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has instructed the Electricity Company of Ghana to, within 48 hours, issue a communique explaining the persistent complaint from consumers over the rapid depletion of prepaid meter credit. The directive follows a growing public frustration, with many customers questioning billing accuracy and transparency in the distribution system. At a meeting convened by the PRC, its Executive Secretary, Dr. Shafiq Suleiman, said the ECG has been advised on corrective measures to restore confidence. Before we listen to the PRC, here are some frustrated consumers my colleague Ramat Bashiru engaged earlier today.
Many electricity users say their prepaid credit is finishing faster than they expected. Some claim the same amounts they used to rely on for months and sometimes weeks now lasts only a few days, raising questions about whether the prepaid credit is finishing faster than usual. We are here at Malata Market to ask some Ghanaians their experiences and how this is affecting their lives. Hello, sir. You're welcome to join you.
Thank you very much.
What's your experience?
Oh, my experience, if you buy the 100 series, just 3 days or 4 days finish. It's like Osembo, shoo, if you put inside, shoo, it go. Yesterday, I sleep. I don't get light from my house. My credit card, I don't get money from my phone to buy the credit. Yesterday, I sleep there.
How much do you used to buy before, and how long does it take you?
The first time I used to buy 50 series, I go fit take 2 weeks before the credit finish. But this time, I buy 100 series, 3 days, 4 days, it finish.
Now, looking at your business, how is it affecting your business?
It affects the business. Going to be the meat finish. It's not finished. You go put inside the fridge. If you free the light, if the light go off, the meat oil go spoil. That's why.
Let me also come to you. What has been your experience so far?
As he has said, it's the same business that we are doing. Now the light is costing too much. We don't know whether they have increased. I heard that they have increased the light bill, the price of the light bill. If you buy it at first, in this room, when we buy 200 Ghana cedis, it will take us maybe 1 week or 8 days or 10 days. But now, 200 Ghana cedis, it won't reach 1 week. Then the credit will finish. So it costs us a lot.
Right now, electricity is very bad in Ghana right now. Because at first, we used to buy maybe 5,000. It will take us months, but now 2 weeks we need to buy 4,000 before. Yeah. First we will buy 5,000 for months, but now every 2 weeks 4,000.
Oh, say the difference kasi pa na besan say the kind of me 100 cedis it's me the 8 days, it be 11 days right me ba. Recently, every 3 days, be a metal light 100 cedis. every 3 days bia nti mama call office work ko beside bia me to me prepaid me beside say ala na say light na ye to a enche o say ya tum am so ya tum kra say difference na ye kese dodo ade e di more than 1 week na after 3 days bia beto light there no de no so say ade de kwa no nti in fact light ho asam de ye brepa.
So she is saying that before she used to purchase 100 cedis of prepaid credit and it can take her more than a week, but now every 3 days she needs to buy electricity. The same amount she used to rely on for a week now takes her just 3 days. Mommy, how is that affecting your business?
Hey, it affects me, Papa. Patria said, month in my light bear 700 cedis. Ejuma so eno an ye tin ye mbampo ti de ye be bia na de toilet ye be bia na de toilet nti ha ye mpa ama ma ejuma wura kra ye complain ha ye yanka.
We can now listen to the Executive Secretary of the PURC, Dr. Shafiq Suleiman, speaking about today's crunch meeting and the fallouts.
But we've given them an ultimatum of 48 hours to come out with a communique to explain to the Ghanaian consumer what exactly the issues are and the way forward, the solutions they have for the Ghanaian consumer. But they've explained generally the issues, and they will be communicating that to the Ghanaian consumer as expected. It's a situation, so as I said, situations they come differently, no matter how they've occurred before. We are seeing this as a situation that we are working hard to correct. The first step is what we have done. The second would be, if they fail, there's actually another step to take, and we will do surely that. We have, as I said, we have regulatory sanctions, we have regulatory instruments that we use to ensure that the utilities are able to comply. We are very sure that they will comply with the 48 hours, with the communication. That's very important. And then within the communication, they will outline the remedies that they have to solve the problems for the Ghanaian consumer. And I'm sure even today they will also be communicating and engaging the media because it's a requirement for them.
Well, the Commission has been responding to recurring challenges and concerns about the potential implications for the government 24-hour economy policy. What assurances were given?
Okay, at all. I mean, 24-hour is supposed to even upgrade staff, supposed to make things better. So, in fact, if we were working 24 hours, I'm sure we wouldn't be facing any of the challenges we are having now or anytime soon. So, I mean, hoping that 24-hour will come and serve as a solution, not come and rather be a source of a problem. So, I mean, be rest assured that things will be taken care of properly within the 24-hour economy policy. We're expecting a smooth operations and transfer or transition within ECG's operations within this time. But as you know, there are hitches. I mean, we don't want to do blame game, as I said yesterday, but we are trying our best to provide a solution. And ultimately, we don't want it to also keep recurring because of the reset. So hopefully, this will be the first and last, hoping that the utility would not come back again with any challenge. And we were very stern in our engagement with them that they should not be making these mistakes going forward.
There is an intense manhunt for suspected Nigerian pirates who attacked several Ghanaian fishing vessels in external waters after the Fisheries Commission notified its counterparts to trigger their surveillance systems. A massive search and rescue operation by the security agencies led to the rescue of 71 fishermen from Ewutu-Senya in the central region. Fatau Maiga has more in the following report.
The fishermen who were operating about 35 nautical miles off the coast of Central Region were targeted in a coordinated midnight raid by unidentified assailants in a black boat. One of the fishermen, Tewia Kweku Akondo, recounted their near-death ordeal. They ambushed us around 7:30. There were 4 of them. They demanded our machines and were holding 4 AK-47 rifles, threatening to kill our leader if we delayed in handing it over. I saw them do the same to another boat close to ours. We are just grateful they did not shoot anyone. This is my first time experiencing something like this, but I'll go back ashore because that's my livelihood. Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya West, Gisela Tete, said the victims were left stranded and traumatized after being stripped of their engines and equipment.
But the robbery, the usual, they are on their typical fishing expeditions. Then a black boat came with, and they were armed. About 4 people or so in the boat. They were armed, so they just fired their shots, and then when they get to you, they just shoot off your outboard motor and then take it along with them. So when this morning, when the Senya canoe owners, when they took 4 outboard motors with them out to sea.
Executive Director of the Fisheries Commission, Professor Benjamin Campion, is calling on government to heighten security to protect artisanal fishermen and the country's domestic waters.
The fishing community also needs a lot of protection. In about 2-3 weeks ago, the same incidents happened around the Volta region. And so these keep happening, and we need to increase our presence at sea. I mean the security presence.
But the ranking member on Parliament's Defence and Interior Committee, Reverend Ntim Fojo, says these incidents are a direct result of the absence of a substantive defence minister at the helm of affairs.
It is really concerning, and the points that we have been making consistently the past months is that in the international system and within our coasts, such crimes are such that you need to fight them pragmatically. One of the first things that this country failed and failed the country, the government failed, is the failure to appoint substantive minister for defense.
Authorities say investigations are underway as calls intensify for urgent action to safeguard Ghana's coastal waters and protect livelihoods.
Well, tonight, the Makola No. 2 market descended into heavy protests as traders expressed frustration over what they describe as exploitative rent demands and a newly imposed 20% VAT charge, which they say is crippling their livelihoods. According to the traders, after years of operating at the market, they have not witnessed any meaningful intervention by government or market management to improve conditions at the market. The aggrieved traders are calling on government to urgently intervene, warning that the situation is threatening their livelihoods. Michelle Latte has more in this report.
At Makola No. 2, where some traders are protesting, calling on government to come and intervene in their situation. They say that the market management, what they call the MMC, is charging exorbitant prices for their rent. Now they are saying also that a 20% VAT increment is being placed on them, which they are against. We have some of the leadership also meeting us here, addressing the media, telling us what exactly the situation is like.
Abolition of additional charges. In addition to increased rents, traders are now being required to pay various extra charges, including maintenance fees, sanitation fees, security fees, and other levies, many of which were introduced without explanation or transparency. Recently, it has come to our attention that MMC Property Management Limited has been charging 20% interest on rent arrears without our consent. MMC Property Management Limited is also charging overpriced VAT even on rent arrears, even though VAT was charged on rent itself. MMC Property Management Limited is also charging us exorbitant common arrear management fee.
But we've been speaking to some traders and they've been telling us that the sanitation situation, for example, is one of the major issues for which they cannot agree to paying such large amounts now.
The market is good. If it's ongoing and we are selling, we would pay. But it is dying, and we are telling them this year we can't. So they should. It is killing us. This year, at least they should let this year go. Maybe from next year, if things improve, we would pay. And they are telling us, come what? They are increasing. Government has brought VAT, so they
market for us.
They are not doing anything. They are taking maintenance fee. We are paying elevator. Excuse me, we are paying elevator fee. When you came, have you seen elevator? We are paying what is it? Irrigation fee. They've never sprayed here before. When it rains here, mosquitoes. And the agreement, water, excuse me, toilet, urine, it's among the distinct. Then when we go, we pay. We use the toilet, we pay. We use the bathrooms, we pay. Water, we pay.
The market is totally closed. Everything is down. When you wake up in the morning and you come to the market, you can equally count the people who are passing through the market. I'm telling you, it is that bad. And this is our investment. We depend on this market to survive. We have family who depend on us. We have children we are taking care of. So if we don't make any income here, what are we doing? Then what we are selling, the little that we are making, you are trying to take it from us, sister. How does this work?
So if government doesn't intervene in this situation, what's the plan for you?
It is choking. Let me tell you, Jem, we are being choked though. Jem. I choke you, non boy. I choke you. Come about me. Hey, this is not a matter of politics, oh. It is the matter of being father for all. There are members here who are MPPs. There are members here who are NDCs. But it is not a matter of politics. We are being choked. Step in, intervene, be a father for all.
We are tired of these people. Even my shop, there is no maintenance over there. But even in our agreement and everything, they said they do maintenance for us, which is a big lie. So we want government to come in, then we solve this situation. We can't pay that amount of money. We are tired of them, and we want a change. If this government says it's resetting this country, then we need the government to step in and help with the youth.
So the traders happen to be clearly frustrated because of the situation they find on ground. They say they are going to present their petitions after the president presents his State of Nation address tomorrow.
Away from Makola, the Ghana Police Service has arrested 7 suspects in connection with the circulation of fake electronic traffic violation messages aimed at extorting money from unsuspecting members of the public. At a press briefing, the Director of Public Affairs, DCOP Grace Ansah-Akrofi, revealed that preliminary investigations identified one Prosper Otumfuo as the alleged mastermind behind the scheme. The syndicate sent fraudulent messages to victims, falsely claiming they had committed traffic offenses and must pay fines through provided links.
And we have branded it #PIAO because we are saying that
our intelligence and cyber teams were tasked to immediately commence investigation into the matter to get those behind these fake messages arrested. In addition, a public notice was published to notify the general public that notifications were false, fraudulent, invalid, and not coming from the Ghana Police Service, and that efforts were ongoing to get the perpetrators arrested and brought to justice. I am delighted to announce that the operation by the Intelligence Directorate has yielded very good results, and 7 suspects have so far been arrested in connection with the circulation of those fraudulent electronic traffic violation notices. Preliminary investigations into the scheme revealed that proceeds collected from victims through the provided links were being channeled through multiple mobile money numbers before being consolidated through one Martha Pashi, a mobile money vendor based at Ada. Acting swiftly on this intelligence, a police team proceeded to Ada on 23rd February 2026 and arrested suspects Martha Pashi, Peter Ofori McCarthy, and Alfred Kofi Totime. During interrogation, suspect Martha Pashi disclosed that a man named Prosper Otumfuo, based in Winnipeg, was the individual who often sent her money to be redistributed to other mobile money numbers and a bank account. Prosper Otumfuo was therefore identified as a central figure in this fraudulent operations.
Well, the Ghana Police Service also announced plans to roll out a new automated traffic enforcement system in the coming days. The technology-driven system is expected to enhance the enforcement of road traffic laws and regulations, improve transparency, and reduce human contact in the issuance of traffic fines. Give us the details in this particular SOT that we're about to play.
Police invisible eyes are watching you. That is it. The actual design, which will soon also be distributed, is this one. When you receive the tickets on your phone, the law says the offender has 14 days to pay using Ghana.gov payment platform, and it is on the schedule for payment, Ghana.gov platform. That is where government services are redeemed. Again, if you want to pay online, it is the link is delivered on the ticket when you start. When we go live, when the law matures, that's where Ghanaians, vehicle owners and drivers who will commit and receive electronic notice of violation will go on their own and use other electronic means to pay. So currently, as DG said, we have not started.
Let's head now to Parliament, where the minority is demanding solutions from President John Dramani Mahama for what they describe as the many issues confronting the Ghanaian people. President Mahama is expected to deliver his message to the nation tomorrow in Parliament. The minority says that the president must offer full account for the cocoa price reduction and the ongoing complaints about fast depleting prepaid credit. Let's listen to Member of Parliament for Akim Swedro, Kennedy Oseyako.
These are very difficult moments for those Ghanaian farmers that they are losing money as a result of government decision to cut down the price, the producer price. Okay, that is one thing. Recently, we also heard about people complaining about electricity. Okay, this was a decision that was taken by government just to increase the electricity tariff by some 28%, and we are now feeling the impact of it. So these are people who are complaining. The youth that were promised the employment are there still saying that they have not gotten the job that this government promised them. These are three key things. So if the president is coming here tomorrow, he should be bringing solution as to how these matters are going to be dealt with. It is not enough to say that inflation has come down, CD is strong. I mean, it is not enough. Okay, that is not enough. We are talking about bread and butter issues.
Well, the majority MPs in the House have also been responding to these concerns.
Again, when you talk about electricity, we know the debts that they left behind in that sector, the mismanagement of even, the ESLA that was left for them to solve the problems in that sector itself became a subject of mismanagement, and they know the mess that they created. So I'm not surprised they are hoping that solutions will be featuring in President Mahama's SONA. I think that it is based on their confidence in him and the confidence of the Ghanaian people in him to inherit problems and to fix them for the future.
Ghanaians are waiting for nothing but truism.
What do you say to your young people colleagues who say that John Mahama hasn't done anything, the cocoa issue, the economy? Do you think you in the NDC have built a strong economy to report to Ghanaians about?
Excellently so. Even this morning, I'm understanding inflation has further reduced to about 3.5%. What do they expect? If people are telling that oil prices and all those things are being adjusted to fit Ghanaians, okay? Prices of goods and services rise. The common trader will tell you from Makwala market that she is able now to buy rice at low as even 25 cedis.
Well, we've also been hearing from the Ghanaian people about what exactly they expect from the president tomorrow and what they plan that he should prioritize in his State of the Nation address.
What I expect from the president first is ECG, the bill that the credit that we buy for our meters. If the meters are not good, they should order for a new meter so that they change it. And secondly, you should take a very high look at the market women. The market women, they refuse to reduce prices, whereby petrol price is down, dollar too is down. Mr. President, we will plead with you. Try to send your task force to the market. What Rollins have done it before. We see Rollins ashing before. If they refuse, whip them or take them so that when you charge them next time, they will be afraid to do that.
Is to intensify the fight against the Galamsey. Apart from that, I will score him 80 over 100. He's on course. And again, he should check some of his appointees, because a lot of them are performing, some are underperforming.
I think the president have to sit up a little bit, because they have reduced all the most of the things, but the traders especially, they are not doing their parts. They are increasing the price of their goods more. So I want the president to set up some committee to deep into those areas. I'll be very happy.
I think he should give the youth more jobs so that money will come to their hands, so that when they need something, they can buy it.
We are expecting an increasement concerning the cocoa issues. About one bag, I think at first was 3,000 something, but now it's 2,500, so we are expecting increasement.
Well, Parliament has approved the government accelerated external reserve accumulation policy aimed at strengthening the country's buffers against economic shocks. The policy, which seeks to build substantial foreign reserves and mop up excess liquidity, has been welcomed by the majority as a bold step in macroeconomic stability. But the minority has raised strong objections, warning that the government's target to purchase 127 tons of gold annually could fuel illegal mining activities, widely known as galamsey. Here's how it went down on the floor of Parliament.
The report indicates that under this program, the government would target to buy 127 tons of gold annually from small-scale miners. That is worrying for me, because even at lower volumes, they couldn't achieve their target from traceable gold. They had to resort to buying gold from galamsey operators. And this, His Excellency the President, President Mahama, alluded to this. And so with the level of volumes they are talking about, 127 tons annually from small-scale miners, I am afraid our environment is in danger. The lives of Ghanaians are in danger, because this government, as they have done before last year, will resort to buying these volumes of gold from galamsey operators.
They are saying because of the gold board that we put in place, galamsey activities will increase. Whether we have gold board or not, people will still do galamsey. So let's find a lasting solution to deal with the galamsey miners. That's another matter. So gold board is giving us the positive result. Let's all embrace it, support the finance minister, so by the end of the day, Ghana will develop any shock. We can sustain it. We can't run to IMF every time to borrow money and pay interest.
When we met the Finance Ministry, the Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board, we put a question to the governor, who was represented by the second deputy governor. Is the policy to buy gold, to shore up our reserves, be it in bullion or in forex, new? And her answer was categorical. She said, no. We on this side will support this policy, because what they have done is to continue what was introduced by Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. Yeah. You don't need to go on with this thing where every time settings. Admit it that this is a program you inherited and you are continuing. Mr. Speaker.
This gold for reserve that you want to intensify gave us $13.83 billion US. as our reserves in 2025. It covers 5.7 months of import cover. Mr. Speaker, this has improved the investor confidence in the country. Exchange rate stability, reduce the reliance of external borrowing. Mr. Speaker, this is a good policy we should all agree to adopt.
The ayes have it. The motion is adopted, and accordingly, this House approves Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy, GANRAP 2026 to 2028.
You're still watching Joy News Round. We're back after this quick turn. Please stay with us.
Welcome back.
To other stories now. Former Subin MP Eugene Boakye Antwi has formally informed former Presidents John Agyekum Kufuor and Nana Akufo-Addo of his decision to contest for the position of General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. The aspiring General Secretary paid separate courtesy calls on the two former leaders to officially communicate his intention and seek their counsel as he begins his campaign. The following report has more.
Eugene Boakye Antwi's first stop was at the residence of former President Kufuor. He was accompanied by former MP for Asante Achem North, Andy Apiakubi, former Deputy Communications Minister George Anda, and other former government officials and bigwigs of the MPP. Boakye Antwi said his decision to seek the office is driven by a sense of duty and a belief that the party's strength depends on vibrant grassroots structures, internal unity, and the confidence of its base.
Courtesy calls on His Excellency President John Agyekum Kufuor and His Excellency President Nana Akufo-Addo to formally inform them of my decision to offer myself for the position of General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. I took this step out of deep respect for their leadership, their sacrifices, and their role in shaping the MPP into the strong and respected political tradition it is today. I'm also grateful for the opportunity to listen to their counsel as I embark on this journey of service to my party and our party. My decision to seek the office of General Secretary is grounded in a clear sense of duty and a firm belief that the strength of our party depends on the strength of its structures, the unity of its members, and the confidence of its grassroots.
His final visit was to the office of former President Akufo-Addo, where they held a closed-door meeting. Eugene Boakye Antwi expressed gratitude to both former presidents for the warm reception and guidance. He's expected to begin nationwide engagements with party members in the coming weeks as he builds support for his campaign.
Well, the Wild West District Hospital has been crowned the best peer-reviewed district hospital in the region, a triumphant but bittersweet victory for a facility currently battling critical staff shortages, store infrastructure project, and a broken operating theatre table. The realities of rural healthcare delivery were laid bare during the 2025 Wild West District Annual Health Performance Review in Wenchiu by the Wild West District Director of Health Services, Cecilia Kakariba. Join us, Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam report from Wenchiu.
Taking the podium first, Wild West District Director of Health Services, Madam Cecilia Kakariba, painted a grim picture of the operational crisis facing her staff. She revealed that the main district hospital in Wenchiu is surviving on just 5 midwives to handle all shifts.
As of now, our district hospital have just 5 midwives. They run morning, afternoon, and night duties. Many of our health facilities are closed down because we do not have health staff. Hopefully, inadequate motorbike for service delivery, just 4 to 5 out of 86 health facilities, inadequate beds in the hospital, 31 chip zones without structures.
The infrastructure deficit is equally crippling. Madam Kakaraba reported that out of 42 completed CHIPS compounds across the district, 21 operate without electricity and 24 lack basic vaccine fridges. Most alarming is the hospital's primary operating theater table, which is broken down, requiring risking manual adjustments during life-saving surgeries.
Broken down theater table. The theater table is currently broken down and they'll have to adjust it whilst they do operation. Like I said, in the course of operating, it means the board or whatever they use to adjust, if it falls down, it means the patient falls down from the theater table. Out of 42 CHIPS compounds, 21 have no electricity. Inadequate vaccine fridges. Out of 54 facilities with structures, only 30 health facilities have functional vaccine fridges. 24 facilities without fridges. Huge burden on our only IGF. No enough blood at the blood bank. Sometimes we have to rally around to get blood to transfuse dying patients.
Despite these hurdles, she noted a localized success with skilled birth deliveries improving to over 61%. However, the district critically recorded one maternal death in 2025, breaking a previous zero mortality record in 2024.
To Techiman, where the Tano River, once the sacred porcine heart of Techiman, has been reduced to mud and waste. A crisis that is flooding homes, spreading disease, and severing a community from its heritage. In today's Climate Evidence, we trace how unchecked urbanization and climate change conspired to kill a lifeline and witness the defiant spark of hope as young volunteers, the city boys, work hard to save their river from destruction.
This was what the end of a lifeline looks like. Once this river carved stories into this land, it carried canoes, quenched thirst and cradled life. Its name was whispered with respect, Tano. Today, it is a whisper of what was, a ghost of itself. I am Anas Sabit, and in the next few minutes, we will follow this river's trail from its sacred source to its shameful end to answer one urgent question. How did Techiman's beating heart become its open wound? And is there any pulse of life left to save?
It's sad to see the state of the Tano River now. When we were young, the Tano River was revered, and going to the river was very beautiful, and it was very nice going near the place. But now, the river is no more there. I think the river is now a gutter.
That transformation from queen to gutter is not a natural disaster. It is a human-made crisis, and its consequences are being felt most by those who depend on the river for their very survival. So what forces have conspired to turn this source of life into a source of poison? The diagnosis comes from the guardians of our environment. The primary cause is unmistakable. Area head of the Environmental Protection Agency, Osman Young, shares some key contributors to the current situation.
This is due to, number one, encroachment from urbanization. So if you just look ahead here, about 30 meters away from where I'm currently standing, there are a lot of houses which have encroached the riparian buffer that protects the Tano River.
In the face of this colossal challenge, however, a new generation is refusing to surrender. They are the city boys, and they have declared that the fate of their city is inextricably linked to the fate of this river. Abdulhamid, popularly known as Ice Papa, is the leader of the group.
We as selfless volunteers have taken upon ourselves that we will restore this Tano River to bring it back to life, to its normal shape, to its normal purpose, what it was usually meant for.
The story of the Tano River holds up a mirror to all of Ghana. It shows us how quickly neglect can strangle a lifeline. Anna Sabit, Joy News.
This story is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with CDKN Ghana, University of Ghana Center for Climate Change and Sustainability Studies, with funding from Claire R4I Opportunities Fund.
Well, up next is Showbiz, and Carlos, at this point, I'll be leaving you in
Sure.
the able hands of Becky.
Becky will be here soon. Welcome back, and let's zoom straight into Showbiz with Becky.
Hello to you, Carlos.
Hi.
I have a question. What do you make of gospel musicians collaborating with secular musicians?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just the message.
The message, right?
Yeah.
Well,
because we have Kirk Franklin and co doing things that look more like
Whitney.
Yeah.
Whitney at a point also did something with her friend, But award-winning Ghanaian gospel musician Piracy Esther says she has not made a firm decision about collaborating with secular artists. Speaking on Primetime on Joy Prime with George Hui, she addressed the ongoing debate surrounding gospel-secular collaboration, a topic that continues to divide opinion within the industry. When asked if she would record a song with a secular artist, PSA responded cautiously, saying she has yet to take a clear position on the matter.
If you were to work with any non-gospel Ghanaian artist, who would you go for? Anyone who doesn't sing gospel, any Ghanaian musician onto gospel, but you'd love to work with him or her, who would you?
It would be very difficult for me to select one because I have many of them.
Give me like 4.
Like 4?
Or maybe 5, 7.
Still, I will not like to mention.
No.
You know, my manager will tell you, say, you have more than, I have more than 4 that they love me.
Yeah.
So when I sit down here and mention only 4, it means,
you're leaving the rest out. You're leaving.
So
but is it something you're looking forward to doing, like collaborating with a non-gospel artist?
Not really.
Why?
I'm not just ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Because media, if I were a gospel artist, I'll always collaborate with a non-gospel act more.
Okay.
Because I have always believed that sometimes it is actually through them that you would reach people who would otherwise not hear you.
Yeah.
That's what my belief has been. So I would love it if gospel musicians collaborated with non-gospel artists a lot more. Because, Mercury, if you love gospel music, you love gospel music.
But George, in this Ghana, there are a lot of people, they don't understand those kind of things. The one that you want to do,
well, gospel for
there is nothing wrong with it. Doing that.
Yes.
I mean, doing a song with a
non-gospel secular act. Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with that. But there are some people Pharisee. So say obini secular yenyuma. Let's see say the yehuni which one? It blows.
From PSA, Ghanaian music group Boss Play Band says its unique blend of live instrumentation, versatility across genres, and strong on-stage chemistry sets them apart from their peers. Speaking in an interview on the E-Vibe show, the musical band series, the band highlighted its commitment to authentic live performance and audience engagement as key elements driving its growing reputation in the music scene.
Give us 2 reasons. Because in Boss Play, we don't make noise, we do music. When the dynamics and everything, all the elements in music can be felt. Unlike other bands, they are just playing because they have to play to satisfy the audience. But we're looking at the dynamics and we are looking beyond Ghana. There are a lot of people watching right now, so we don't just play, we just make music. That's the difference.
Don't forget the musical band series, E-Vibes, is still showing on the Joy News and the Joy Prime channel. Catch any of the episodes. I'll be bringing you more of those episodes as well. So don't forget, it's still on. We still have musical band series. But today is Throwback Thursday.
Right.
It's Thursday, right?
Sure.
It's definitely Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday born, Throwback Thursday. We're bringing to you some home appliances that we used to use, back in the 80s. I wasn't born in the 80s, but I know that these things come from the 80s and all the way through to the 90s. So first one, yes. So we call it coal pot. Now we have gas stove, so you use a cylinder.
Clean energy.
Yeah. So that.
Or renewable energy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you've used this before, right?
Oh, yes.
Everybody did. I don't know who
It's still
else.
in many homes today.
Yeah, it's still in, like the olden.
Yeah.
Do we have olden days homes? You find it in the villages, I'm sure.
Oh, even in Accra, you still find people use this.
Yeah, we do?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we still have that winning. The next one will be, oh, yeah. So we've graduated from the box television to the flat screen television. We're no more using this one. I'm not sure we have. Now we call these antiques. We call these like, before you get these things, I don't know.
I'm not sure we can still get some on the market though. Yeah.
You know what happens to that TV? We used to, like, in my home, we used to put like a little lace on top of the television.
Oh, yeah,
And then sometimes like a little flat base.
Yeah, you beautify it a bit.
Oh.
Now with flat screen, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that with the flat screen.
Yeah.
So that's just about it. We have that. And what else do we have next? Yes. I have so much memories from this one. We call it the water heater.
Yeah.
Now is the kettle. Now people, go more.
I remember this one
kettle.
very well. In secondary school, we used to boil Kobe with it.
Everything. We used to
use it. Yes.
Use it for soups and all of that.
Everything.
One of the experiences that I had with this one, one time we're heating water and I went in there and
Wow.
gosh, I got the shock of my life. So, yeah, we still have, do we still? No, we don't.
I don't.
All these things are out of the market. Oh, and box iron. I think at a point back in the 90s, we still were using the box iron, right?
Yes.
We were still using the box iron when the other brands of...
electricity was not so widespread.
Now
many homes used to rely on this one.
And now we have electricity.
Almost about 90-something percent penetration across the country. So many people now are relying on the
this
electric one.
Yeah. But should we bring back box iron? Please let us know in the comments below. If you're watching live from YouTube and also on our social media platforms, please let us know whether to bring all these things back. I mean, it brings back a lot of memories, so why not? Also, let me take this opportunity to say hello to Mr. Seth. Mr. Seth was here